You hear the terms automation and AI thrown around all the time, right? A lot of people use them like they're the same thing, but they're not. And honestly, knowing the difference is super important for understanding how our world is changing, like right now. So let's break it down.
So let's just get right to the big question. Are automation and AI the same thing? I mean, think about it. We've had automated factories for decades, but everyone talks about industrial AI like it's this brand new futuristic thing. There has to be a reason for that, right? Let's dig into what really separates them and why it's such a big deal today.
Okay, to really get the difference, we gotta rewind a little bit. Let's start with the classic, the OG, automation. This is the tech that basically powered the Industrial Revolution, and it's all about one simple, powerful concept: rules.
At its heart, automation is really straightforward. You take a machine, you program it with a very specific set of rules, and its job is to repeat a task over and over and over again with perfect consistency. That's it. Consistency is the name of the game.
Think of it like a recipe, but maybe the strictest, most detailed recipe in human history. The system is told exactly what to do, precisely when to do it, and the specific way it has to be done. There's zero room for creativity or interpretation. It's just a closed loop of instructions.
And for the 20th century, this was an absolute game changer. When everything in your factory is stable and predictable, this rule-based approach is incredible. It gives you speed, precision, and reliability like never before. But, and this is a big but, in today's world, that strictness, that rigidity, has kind of become its biggest weakness. Because let's be real, our world isn't so stable and predictable anymore, is it? And this is exactly where the limits of old-school automation start to show. It's where the story takes a really interesting turn. I mean, just look at this list for a second. Does any of this sound stable to you? Your supply chains are all over the place, what customers want seems to change every other week, the quality of the raw materials you get isn't always the same, and don't even get me started on energy prices. A system that only knows how to follow a fixed set of rules, well, it just can't handle this level of chaos. So what happens when that automated system runs into something it wasn't programmed for? It just stops. It grinds to a halt. The whole production line stops. A human has to literally run over, figure out what went wrong, maybe even rewrite the rules on the fly, and only then can you hit the restart button. Every single second of that downtime is just money going down the drain. This quote right here just nails it. It perfectly captures the core problem. An automated system is passive. It just sits there and waits for commands. It doesn't think, it doesn't look at what's going on and ask, should I be doing something different? And that is where our second character, artificial intelligence, steps onto the stage. See, AI doesn't just show up with a better set of rules. It brings a completely different way of doing things. It's a shift from just following instructions to actually making judgments. Okay, this slide right here, this is the key. If you remember one thing from this whole explainer, make it this. Automation follows instructions to execute a task. AI, on the other hand, evaluates situations to make a judgment. That's the leap. That's the fundamental difference.
To put it another way, AI isn't just a new tool on the assembly line. It's more like a partner up in the control room. It's constantly analyzing this flood of real-time data to help figure out, hey, what's the smartest thing to do right now under these specific conditions?
So, you might be thinking, okay, so AI is here to replace automation. But that's not it at all. The real magic, the real breakthrough, happens when they work together. This isn't a competition, it's a partnership, and it creates something way more powerful than either one could be on its own.
I love this analogy from the source material. It's just perfect. Think of automation as the muscles, the raw power that moves the machines, lifts the heavy stuff, and executes the tasks. AI is the brain. It's the intelligence that tells the muscles how to adapt and change based on what's happening in the real world.
So this is basically the blueprint for a modern smart factory. You've got these layers. At the bottom, you have the automated systems doing the heavy lifting. On top of that, you have AI making those real-time decisions and adjustments. And then, crucially, you have human experts providing oversight. It's kind of like a self-driving car, right? The car's mechanics are the automation, the AI is making all the decisions about steering and speed, but the human is still in the driver's seat, ready to take over if needed.
Okay, so this is a really cool idea, but why is this huge shift happening right now? Why not 20 years ago? And maybe more importantly, why should you care about this if you don't work in a factory? Well, it's basically because of a perfect storm of three huge factors coming together. First, we now have an insane amount of data streaming from every machine, every sensor.
Second, we finally have computers that are powerful enough to actually make sense of all that data in real time. And third, let's be honest, the economic pressure on companies to be as efficient as possible is just more intense than it's ever been.
And this is why it matters way beyond manufacturing. This fundamental shift from static rules to adaptive judgment is happening everywhere. I'm talking about logistics networks that reroute packages around storms, energy grids that balance power second by second, or even entire city transportation systems that manage traffic flow. Any complex system that's constantly changing needs a brain, not just muscles.
If you want to boil it all down to one sentence, here it is. Automation changed how work gets done. AI is changing how decisions get made. It's a fundamental upgrade to the operating system of our entire world.
And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about, doesn't it? As our world gets more and more complex, more and more unpredictable, what's actually more valuable? A system that can follow a plan perfectly? Or a system that has the judgment to know when the plan itself needs to change? The answer to that is going to define the next chapter for all of us.